like so patronizing.
Okay, I'm just saying that everybody has private emotional experiences that like will influence how they view things. Not just black men, white women.
So, but if that's the
Indian,
case.
yeah, go ahead.
I understand that. That's fine. I understand
Okay,
that.
gotcha. All right.
That's life.
Okay.
But at what point how do you quantify that? So if a black woman is a single mother, does that change the fact that black men are socioeconomically at the bottom? Like, how much does that, like, how do you quantify how a person feels based on their experience and an objective, statistical, social, or political reality?
Because the problem that people have with you isn't your objective or socio-political analysis. The problem.
No, I'm not talking. No, I don't care. No, I don't care about how people feel. I don't care about how you feel. And men are great. Men are. You guys are perfect. Black men. I'm saying black men.
Just say
They're
men.
professional. No, I'm saying black men.
Go
They
ahead.
are professionals when it comes to weaponizing how you feel. Oh, who hurt you? Oh, you're emotional. Oh, like, no.
Yeah, everybody does this. White men do this too. Sure.
All of those things can be true.
I understand.
But how do you quantify that?
Yeah.
And objective, like, I don't like.
Listen,
it's
I totally
really
1 million. I agree with you. I don't disagree. I'm just saying that that's one form of analysis some people have. A woman might come out and be really rude and upset, and some people might say like, "Oh, is she on her period?" Right? The answer might be yes or no, and it might influence like how angry she is. But you still have to contend with the fact of the matter of what she's saying. I agree with you.
Right, but they're not, and that's the problem. And that.
And
is
I agree.
why
That would be a problem if people do that. That is a problem. I understand. It's
there's no
separate from
if.
the argument.
There's absolutely no if. That is the reason that because it seemed like you were kind of questioning, or you and Aaron were kind of like, well, is she, isn't she, does it matter? And Aaron was, and thankfully Aaron was like, well, does it matter? And I think it's interesting, obviously, because she's a woman, so maybe that's the lens with which she's using to approach the conversation.
Sure.
But again, why would that is the reason that especially black women, and I noticed this in the degenerate black manosphere, why is it that when we're having these conversations, which require like an extraordinary amount of intellectual bandwidth, which has nothing to do with the person's personal life, marital status, and in some cases their academic background, whatever it is. Why is it so important that a woman be like that, her marital status be clear? And
yeah, because people want to use it because
married.
people want to use it to discredit you. I understand this. Okay.
Right. No, I understand that, but I'm saying to everybody in the I'm talking to black men. I don't encounter this, and I guess that this is my.
You talk a lot to black men.
Yeah.
Why would I talk to white men?
Well, you're talking to a white man.
Based.
No, but I'm not saying it in that way. Right. No, but I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it like that. Because I'm just, my point of reference is the conversations that I was having with the black men before, right? Mm-hmm. The first thing that they asked me was, oh, well, are you married, or are you bitter, or who hurt you? Like, let's say that all of their cultural or, stereotypical tropes or whatever, let's say it was all true. Okay, but are you still at the bottom? Like, are you still failures as men?
Yeah, I understand it shouldn't matter. I agree with you. I understand and I agree with you. It shouldn't matter.
Right, but it doesn't matter. And that's why I don't answer questions. And that's why I don't relegate conversations. It's so reductive to relegate a conversation to, oh, I'm married and this is my marital status, and this is how much money I make, and this is my academic career, or none of that doesn't matter. Are you at the bottom?
Gotcha. Okay, I understand. Yep. Oh, okay. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Okay. I think we all understand.
Well, that's why you came on here. I thought you were going to talk about the fact that I don't like that you spread the absent black father myth.
What? The myth?
I spread a myth? What?
The absent black father myth?
Yes.
Me?
Yes, that
Who
is
spread
what
the
I
myth?
just said.
Me?
What? Yes.
Oh, you think that's a myth?
I know it's a myth, I promise you.
How do you know?
Buddies.
Because this concept has been a pet argument for right-wingers and a lot of other, even non-right-wingers, for a long time, and they never want to concede that there's factors. But they never want to concede that there's factors outside of black men's control that lead to these problems.
Stop. Let him finish. Can you guys please let each other finish your sentences? Go ahead.
No, it's like, do you guys know who Larry Elder is?
Yeah. Okay,
he's a very popular black conservative figure, and he's argued before that like black fatherlessness is like the number one problem facing black Americans today. Annalisa, is it Annalisa? Annalisa, do you agree with that?
Annalisa.
Yes. Do you agree with Larry Elder in that respect?
I would agree, yes.
Okay, why?
Why do I agree that fatherlessness is the catalyst, or not the catalyst, but at least a huge contributing...
Not just the catalyst, like you just agreed to it being the number one problem facing Black men and like perpetuating problems within the Black community specifically.
Yes, actually, yes.
Okay, but I like really quick, if you want to like characterize your argument or like say why you believe that is before because I'm about to start attacking it because it is a myth.
So fatherlessness in the Black community has chronically, I would say even while they were I would say okay, once they stepped off the plantation, it has chronically been an issue. And psychologically speaking, we know what some of the ramifications or some of the psychological outcomes of children who are I guess who are children who have been affected by fatherlessness or absenteeism. So yeah, all of these things have been tracked. It's a problem. It creates a psychological deficit in a child. It creates an economic deficit in the home and the
economic one is the biggest, I think.
Right. Oh, you're asking me to quantify it in terms of which like
no. I just wanted to make sure like that is your position because I was going to argue against it. I don't want to mischaracterize your argument.
No, I know, but are you asking me if fatherlessness is the number one? Like to quantify.
Well, I asked you and you agreed.
We're talking about. Okay, so we're talking about every single variable that is contributing negatively, or that you want me to quantify it. Like the first thing, the most important.
No. I don't need you to quantify it. I was just asking you to rank them, and I asked, do you agree with Larry Elder when he says that Black fatherlessness is the number one like problem for Black families and Black men specifically today? And you said yes.
Okay, then yeah, I'm gonna stick with that. And so now you're asking me why, right?
Sure, if you want to expand upon that really quick.
All right. So there's the economic deficit. There is the social deficit, the psychological, socio-emotional deficit. Mm-hmm. There is there's the legal aspect because we know that it's correlated with juvenile delinquency and criminality. So yeah, all of these things I think are still to this day contributing to the plight in the Black community.
I don't disagree that those are all issues within the Black community. I think the problem that I'm taking is that you're trying to explain it away and pin it all on Black men, and you're kind of using them as the scapegoat to understand these issues within the Black community, and they're absolutely not. That has absenteeism and Black fathers being absent for their children is definitely not like the root cause of all of the problems within the Black community that you just outlined.
So it's what's like the root cause?
Well, I'm just here to debunk that particular stereotype.
Anna, do you think that there are other causes?
I know there are other causes.
But she said that's the number one cause, Lav. That's why I think it's a problem.
I mean, who's to say who even the number one?
No.
Well, that's what she said. That's specifically what she said.
Wait a minute. What is the number one cause?
You just said Black fatherlessness was.
No, I'm asking you.
So what do you think?
You're telling me that it's not. What is?
I just wanted to debunk that myth.
No.
Like I think if you're debunking that, I think you have to provide like an alternate.
Right, yeah. Now
I haven't even gotten a chance to debunk it because all I've made is the assertion that it's not true. I haven't actually even gotten a chance to tell you why I think it's. No, I'm not.
It's not a contrarian. Wait, hold on. I understand what you're saying. On a purely logic Lord level, you're correct. But like, I think that you
and I would agree with her. But she had you have to kind of push forward.
Yeah, you got to give like some other explanation or something. Yeah, I think.
Right.
Well, give me a second, okay? I think this is because Lav is, I would say you're fairly progressive, left leaning, right? Mm-hmm. Annalicia, I don't know. You said that you were
Annalicia.
I'm so sorry, Annalicia.
Annalicia, Jesus.
Annalicia, there you go.
Yeah.
You identified yourself as like a liberal, right? And you're from Canada?
That's right. Well,
maybe socially conservative. Sort of. We can disaggregate these things economically and socially. You would say that maybe you're socially conservative?
Okay. Yeah, and then maybe economically conservative. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So like you and Lav were like finding an agreement on like Black father absenteeism, as it were, being if you said it was the number one issue. Lav said it's a huge contributing problem and within the Black community, and right. You two are not necessarily politically aligned. So this is like a stereotype that kind of transcends partisan affiliation,